Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome to my patch 920 mid lane SoloQ tier list. Gonna be running through some of the changes on this patch and some of the champions you can abuse and climb through 920. So getting into my S tiers, guys, and this is gonna be the patch following Worlds. So Worlds is actually played on 919, so this patch is completely irrelevant. Like, we saw changes to things like the Victor. This is not gonna change any type of meta at Worlds at all. So jumping straight into my S tiers, we still have the simple, easy to execute mid lane champions, Ahri, Malzahar. I think both of these champions are very simple to play. They're easy to execute. They have like almost no hard counters to their lanes. Mostly you can survive, you can farm well on them. These are going to be your go-to picks if you just simply want to climb. Moving down, we have the Syndra. Syndra is incredible right now. There's not many hard counters. There's soft counters. Things like the Zed, things like the Echo are soft counters. You can still do incredibly well with a nice like itemization and just playstyle around these picks, and you'll still do fine. Syndra actually is S tier in the mid and the bot lane. This champion, I flex it mid bot. It's so strong in the moment. It's a little bit awkward, but you can probably pick it up 20-30 games and you can become a very good Syndra player. Kled, still the S tier bruiser. I think Kled mid, criminally underrated. It does work in the mid lane into these matchups. Pick Kled into Syndra and just see what happens. You'll pop off. That is for sure. This champion, so much mobility, so much damage, perfect roams. What more could you want in a champion? The wave clear, you got a Tiamat. It does everything you need to. Echo still up in my OP pick of the patch. I think Echo's really good. All I see is Echo jungle though. Why is everybody playing Echo jungle, even on the pro stage? This champion does not need to be played in pro play in the jungle. Like, it does, yes, it does take over games, but it is incredibly hard to play. It's hard to execute. A professional team can see an Echo coming from a mile away. Just CC him and burst him, he can't even ult. Ask Jensen, like, it's just, this champion is very hard to play on the pro stage. I think it works much better in SoloQ, much better in sloppy fights where you can kind of just clean up and make it a little bit awkward for the enemy team with your ultimate. Probably the best AD roamer is still Talon, guys. I think Kiana, I think Zed are still slightly behind the good old Talon. Like, Kiana got a nerf this patch, actually. It's not really that much to talk about. And my last pick is Twisted Fate. I think Twisted Fate is S tier after doing a little bit of a review. He's too damn flexible. AP, you have AD, you have on here, you have like Klepto, Electrocute, Unsealed Spellbook. TF just legitimately can do anything you want in a team. You can get wave clear, you can get side lane pressure. It does everything you need to. So I think TF is S tier. You've got Dopa playing AP. You have Nemesis playing AD. I think both styles are very strong. AD is slightly better, but AP is way more consistent because it provides you wave clear. So for those lower elo players, below Diamond or so, I think you're going to have better results playing the AP Twisted Fate, if I'm going to be completely honest. AD is for the higher mechanical players that understand the map better, understand Twisted Fate a little bit better. Moving down now to my A tiers. Oriana. The Oriana ult buffs were pretty big. I don't think she's quite S tier, and I don't think she's going to be spammed at Worlds, but the champion's ult definitely has a lot more damage, a lot more burst, and we may see her picked every now and then. For SoloQ, I mean, at the end of the day, it's a nice mage to play if you can't play Syndra. That's all it is. If you can't play Syndra, you can play Oriana. The bruises, you can see Renekton's still there. Rumble is still there. Camille's down in the B tiers, but these bruiser type champions, even Vladimir, these top lane pools can come straight down to the mid lane and you'll do fine. You'll execute perfectly. They provide so much consistency. They're hard to kill. These picks are great. What else do we see? Galio. I think Galio is actually pretty good, guys. If you're looking to pick up maybe just duo queue with somebody that plays Camille, maybe a Camille junk, Camille top. Camille just literally ult, just go straight into a team fight, ult somebody, followed by Galio ult. You'll climb to Diamond. It's not very hard to do. Moving down now, Kiana saw small nerfs to her damage early. It's quite irrelevant. Like, her numbers were so high that the champion will still be played. It's still a super good SoloQ champion. If you're looking for something new, Kiana is definitely it. And sorry about the icon, by the way. I just think this icon looks better than normal. I hate to admit it, but it does. Victor. So Victor's probably the biggest champion, like the biggest mid lane change we saw this patch. And look, at the end of the day, is it a buff? Yes. Does Victor instantly become S tier? No. The buff to Victor is more to his mid to late game. And I still think if you're going to pick some type of like control mage, pick Syndra. Probably even Oriana is still better than the Victor. And I'm going to be watching very closely how Victor performs on this patch. He may be a breakaway. I'm not too sure. But after review of these changes, I still think he's not going to have quite enough power to really put him into those S tier slots. As always, if you're looking for like a little bit of a cheese pick, I think Nocturne Mid is performing very well on this patch. You go for that lethal tempo. You can go, there's two build options. You can go lethality, or you can go for the Spear of Sojin with Black Cleaver, cooldown reduction. Both actually do work. I do rate them both. And maybe test it out a little bit in normal games first. Leblanc and Zoe are performing pretty well. Not insanely well, but pretty well. I think Zoe is slightly better than Leblanc, but both champions in SoloQ, we all know you can tilt the enemy team to oblivion. You can make them at 15 FF, honestly, very often. So moving down now to my B tiers, Annie has been getting slight buffs to the E. It's like a little small ghost, a small movement speed buff for engage. At the end of the day, Annie is still not quite where she needs to be to put it in the S and the A tiers. You're better off playing Ari, and you're better off playing Malzahar, honestly. Diana, also criminally underrated champion. Diana is broken. She's not quite A, she's not quite S. She gets bullied a lot, and you need to know her exact numbers. You need to know her limits to be able to play a good Diana. But I run into AP Diana, like full, like Death Cap Revolver Rush Diana in high elo EU West very often this week. I've been seeing a lot of Dianas, and they perform very well, honestly. So if you're looking for that type of pick, Diana is your go-to. Lissandra buffs came in. Base armor increased. Passive AP increased. W increased damage on the AP. So full burst Lissandra, it is popping off right now. I think Lissandra is a great pick. It's going to be really good into things like the Leblanc, things like the Echo as well. Lissandra does really well. So maybe if you used to play Lissandra, you can bring it back with the Aftershock. I know it's kind of like, not like the cool thing to do, but look, at the end of the day, if you get Diamond, you're kind of cool. So like, just abuse it, no? Next champion I want to talk about is... What should we talk about? Aurelian Sol, I guess. He's just not quite there. I think they need to give him a little bit of damage on the early game W. Just a little bit of oomph to let me actually all-in champions early now. Because I've missed my... I can't all-in players anymore. It's kind of annoying. The Roam is stronger, but his lane just feels strange. Ryze is actually really good. He performs better as a top laner. He has much better matchups. There's too many bad matchups for a mid. You got like Syndra. You've got like... There's just some Oriana. Now you even have Victor as well. These champions all counter Ryze. Ryze is too short range. He's better played top. Katarina performing very well. Great champion to play. You kind of need a one-trick it. Same with that Yasuo there. If you're going to pick up Yasuo or Katarina, you're probably going to have to put like 100 plus games and really understand how to play these champions. Oh, another champion I missed is Veigar. Veigar's really good. Really underrated at the moment. I think Veigar mid and support both work. Even AD Veigar works. They actually, I believe they made his E, his cage, lower cooldown at later ranks. So this just means his mid to late game is much stronger. He provides a lot more utility, a lot more CC for his team, which is very important. Moving down to the C tiers, my not optimal tiers. Like, look, please don't, like, I really don't like, I don't want you guys picking these C tiers, guys. I want to see you guys succeed. I want to see you guys do well. And picking these C tier champions is probably just not it. Probably just not it. Morgana, Lux, Heimer, I mean, they can be played. Probably Heimer, I mean, Heimer did get buffs, actually. But I think Heimer AD is much better than Heimer mid. Heimer AD is much better. Ziggs, don't play it. Swain, do not play it. Corki, Nerf, do not play it. Akali, Silas, Irelia, Azir. Don't play these champions in SoloQ, guys. They're more competitive champions. You see people like Faker, like Chovy. These people play it in SoloQ. And even sometimes with a negative win rate. That's because the skill ceiling is out the roof. It's too high. To make these champions actually good, you need to make outplays so often that it's not worth it. It's not consistent enough. Players even like me, I can't make the outplays often enough to pick these champions. So I wouldn't recommend them. I'd recommend my B, my A, my S tiers. If you're looking for the C tiers, I guess you're maybe a for fun player or a simple one trick or just a fanatic of those champions. I respect that. But look, if you look at, this is a tier list. I'm trying to get you guys to climb. Probably opt for those A, those S tiers, boys. So that's pretty much it for my S tier, my mid lane SoloQ tier list. Sorry, for 920. I'm gonna do one of the last ones actually as Worlds approaches and end of season approaches, and then we go into the preseason, and then it's the coin flip to see if Riot Games just fucks the game entirely once again. So Thanks for tuning in, guys. I appreciate you all. Hopefully, I'll see you guys around my stream. I'll be streaming every day in EU West. And I'll actually be attending Worlds. I'm excited. Going to be going to the group stage, hopefully to see some Team Liquid games popping off. They ended up getting Damwon, which is kind of unlucky. But there's going to be some insane games at Worlds. Super excited. I'll catch you all next time, alright? Peace.